ZNS Network, the Bahamas broadcaster for daily coverage of the IAAF World Championships.
This is your first look at sports. I'm Jonathan Benson. Day 7 of the 14th IAAF World Track and Field Championships all over and done with. Shawnee Miller produced the best performance by a Bahamian so far, finishing 4th in the women's 200-meter final in 22.74. Jamal Rule was 7th in his opening round heat of the men's 200 meters in 21.40, and he did not advance. Meantime, our women's mile relay team, they finished their opening round heat 4th in 3:32.91. That too not good enough to move on. We'll have a look at all three of these races coming up a little bit later on. Well, Team Bahamas will play in the feature game tonight at the Under-17 Boys Central Basket Tournament in Puerto Rico. They will take to the court at 8 o'clock against the hosts, who were upset last night by the U.S. Virgin Islands. A win tonight, and the Bahamas will finish at the top of Pool A. A loss would create a three-way tie for first with Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands, because USVI, they beat Costa Rica earlier today. Now, the placement rounds, they start tomorrow, and the Bahamas needs to finish within the top 2 in its pool to move on to the semifinals and have a chance to finish in the top 3 to advance to the Tournament of Americas next year in San Antonio. Tonight's game can be viewed live online at FIBAAmericas.com. Well, men's Government League basketball action back on the floor at the Donald Davis Gym at this hour at 8-1. The Toronto Quest Cybots are matched up with the 5-2 Prison Challengers. As the end of the regular season comes to an end, the goal for the Cybots is simple.
We just want to play defense, because the team that we have, everybody could score. Once we play defense, there's no way we could lose in this league. But the key is defense. We have like 5 or 6 guys that can average 20-something points. So it's just defense with us, and we'll be all right.
Well, the Bahamian flag flying high in St. Lucia. Earlier today, top seed Simone Pratt won her semifinal match over American Madison Appel 6-2 in love. That was at the International Tennis Federation's Grade 5 Coca-Cola Junior Tournament. Pratt now moves on to the final tomorrow against second-seeded Brianna Stamfli from Trinidad and Tobago. Now, also today in St. Lucia, Trey Ferguson, he and Brazilian partner Arthur Stefani, they upset the top seeds in the boys' doubles. That was 6-love and 3. They also play for the title come tomorrow. And the Old Timer Softball Association has another full schedule of games on tap for this weekend at the Archdeacon William Thompson Park. Tomorrow's slate starts at 10:30 a.m. A matchup there between Bahamas Welding and Fire and the BTC Vibes. That's followed by Cabinet World and the Stubbs Equipment Corner Boys. The Q Club Divers and Dock Stallions play the third game. The Boys and the Dozer Pros, they close out the day. Action on Sunday starts at 1:30 p.m. Corner Boys back out against the Stallions. The Agency Builders, they play against the Proper Care Pool Sharks before the Crusaders and FP Truckers close out the day. One medal opportunity available to the Bahamas on day 7 of the 14th IAAF World Track and Field Championships in Moscow, Russia. Shawnee Miller lined up in lane 7, taking on a star-studded field in the final of the women's 200 meters.
Shawnee Miller, former world junior champion at 400 meters, has chosen this event in preference to the 400, an up-and-coming young talent at 19 years of age. Well, off they go, and look for Felix in 3 and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. Fraser-Price is storming away on the athletes outside her, and Felix is pulled up. Oh, what a tragedy for her, but out front it's Fraser-Price who's leading the way. It's Ahore further outside, and Okakbari. Those are going to be the medalists, and it is the double for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. 22.17. Ahore, double silver, 22.32. And Blessing Okakbari taking the bronze, also 22.32.
So in her first world final, Shawnee Miller just missing out on a medal, finishing 4th in 22.74. She's a tremendous talent. Those who expect her to be back for years to come. Now, as for the men's 200 meters, 2 Bahamians were scheduled to have competed for the Bahamas at this year's Worlds, but Michael Matthew pulled out at the last minute with an injury. That left Jamal Roll as the lone competitor in this morning's heats, running out of heat 7, lane 1. Roll had a tough task, lining up with the likes of world record holder Usain Bolt, and the inside lanes aren't the kindest. Roll ends up finishing 7th in 21.40, and that was not good enough to advance with only the top 3 in each heat, and the next 3 fastest times moving on to the semifinals. Well, on to the first round, the women's 4x4 relay now. The Bahamas making history by qualifying a team for this event for the first time. Running out of Heat 2, Lane 7, Amara Jones started things off on the first leg. She then handed off to Lenise Clark. Shakitha Henfield ran the third leg, while Cottrell Martin brought it home. Only the top 3 teams were short of a berth in the final, and the Bahamas would come up 1 spot short of automatic qualifying spot, finishing 4th in 3:32.91. Unfortunately, that time wasn't one of the next 2 fastest either, so the Bahamas will not be moving on. Now, tomorrow is an off day for the Bahamas, and that means the last chance for a medal will be in the final day of competition on Sunday with the 4x1 relays. Now, after not running any individual event of this year's Worlds, a veteran sprinter and Golden Girl, Debbie Ferguson-McKenzie, should play an important role for our women's 4x1 team. And as the end of her career comes near, this seems to be a position that Debbie's happy to be in.
I just got to take it one year at a time. I think for me, one of the things I want to do is I haven't gotten the chance to compete in Mr. Robinson, the new TAR Stadium. And this year at Chris Meet, I wanted to come home, but I wasn't able to travel, so I wasn't able to make it. And I thought trials going to be there. No disrespect to Freeport, but I think I really, for sentimental reason, I really would love the opportunity to compete in Mr. Robinson Stadium. So 1 year at a time. I think next year with the World Challenge with the relays, hopefully we're known for the men's 4x4 because every major competition we have always had a 4x4 either in the top 3, and okay, sporadically we've done well with the women, 96, 99, 2000, 2009, the 4x1. So my goal is for us we're on home turf. We can't let strangers come in our yard and treat us bad. We got to get this together, the men's, the women's side, and just make the Bahamian people proud. Not too often they get a chance to watch us on home turf.
Well, the 12th annual Yamakor Community Basketball Tournament is underway at the Elizabeth Estates Police Station Court. The official opening took place on Wednesday, and among those taking the time out to say a few words were organizer and Yamakor MP Melanie Griffin, former tournament director and chairman of the Mortgage Corporation Alex Storr, and Elizabeth MP Ryan Pinder.
It's a very, very exciting, dynamic tournament. The young men in the area, as well as those from afar, have been coming now for many years. We have an unprecedented 18 teams. 18 teams this year. It's usually 16. And then we have what they call a little mini league team.
I remember one year opening the tournament, I proclaimed that one day we'll have an NBA player that came from out of this tournament. We haven't gotten there yet. But I was told by the mother of a young man who plays in the tournament every year that he has received a professional contract to play in Dubai. And he's also moved on to another country and signed another contract, Scott Farrington. I think his team, they won maybe 2 years in a row. So that goes to show that you never know what could happen, but it all starts here.
Certainly, this is a joint collaborative effort in a lot of the representation issues that we have in the East, especially between myself, Ms. Griffin, certainly Fred Mitchell, and Hope Strawn, working together here in the East to ensure that this sector of Nassau and this segment of Nassau is represented to the best that can be represented, providing the opportunities for the young, the middle, and the old here out in the East.
Now, also coming on board and lending support to the tournament were the Royal Bahamas Police Force, the Eastern Community Association, and the Ministry of Social Services.
We're just happy to have you here, and we're just proud of you young people to see that when others are out there committing criminal activities, you are here doing something positive.
I notice with interest that this classic has been growing from strength to strength. And that is particularly due to the leadership, none other than the Member of Parliament for Yamakor. Mrs. Griffin, I am proud of you.
I'm so happy that I can say that there are some young men that are involved in this tournament who we are working with. Parents, we want to get you involved. We thank you for all that you are doing in this community to help your people.
And that will do it for sports, but stay tuned, there's more to come after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.